Take my little hoe, dig a hole in the ground. Take my little seed and I plant it down. Tookie, 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 tookie's tied low. We'll all dance around and see my little seed grow.
Welcome to 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten Storytime. I'm Lisa Springer, Children's Librarian at the Kate Waller Barrett branch of the Alexandria Library, and this is my friend Ally Gator, the symbol of our program. Right, Ally? Ally? What's that shake, shake, shake sound you're making? Open up your mouth. Let's let everybody see what's in your mouth today. Ooh. Flowers, I think. Here, let me take them out so we can see. Yeah, flower seeds. This is a variety. Help me show them, Ally. They're called Cosmos. And they're beautiful flowers. The butterflies and the bees like them. We're going to be planting these at the library this summer because every summer in front of the library on the children's room side, we have a garden full of flowers. I have vegetable gardens at home, but not at the library. But I think we're going to talk about gardens today, right, Ally? We're going to have a brand new book about gardens. We're going to have an old book about gardens. And maybe we'll try to do a little planting ourselves. Are you ready? Ally and I are ready. Let's go. This is by Mila Ford, who is the daughter of Tana Hoban. We have lots and lots and lots of Tana Hoban's wonderful books with photographs on our picture bookshelves, and we also have other books by Mila Ford, including a couple of really cute ones about polar bears. This is out of print, unfortunately, but I wanted to read it because it might inspire you. We've grown sunflowers like this at the library, and while I don't think you should try to grow sunflowers this tall unless you have a lot of space around your house, there are sunflowers that you can even grow in a pot. Sunflower by Mila Ford and Sally Knoll. Sunflower by Mila Ford. Pictures by Sally Knoll. I hold a seed in my hand. It is white with dark stripes. Most sunflower seeds are striped. There are bigger ones and smaller ones, but that's one of the fun things about planting sunflowers. It's really easy to see the seeds. Carefully, I place the seed in the ground. Every day I water it, but not too much. Your seeds can't swim. If you give them too much, they'll get all soggy and they won't grow. Just enough to keep the ground nice and damp. Every day I watch and wait. And then little green leaves. Do you see them? 2 little round leaves. It's really exciting when that first plant comes up out of the ground. But sunflowers grow very quickly. Look at that plant now. Up to my knees. Up to my nose. And look, what's that? There's a flower starting to open. It was hard and green, but now it's getting yellow petals. It's opened all the way, and the plant is now over my head. Big yellow petals face the sun. Seeds! All those little things there? Seeds in the center. The middle of a sunflower is full of sunflower seeds. Ooh! Oh, and everybody loves sunflower seeds, don't they? Treats for the butterflies, treats for the birds. That's a nuthatch up there, and I think that's a goldfinch. We have both of those kind of birds around here. Treats for me. Yes, if you let the sunflowers stay on the flower and dry, then you can pull them all off, and you have sunflower seeds you can roast and eat. And you can also save some for next year. And not all sunflowers grow seeds that are good for eating. But the big tall ones like this with just one flower on them, they tend to produce really good sunflower seeds. That's Sunflower by Mila Ford. If you want to learn how to grow a sunflower, the best way to do it is to come and get a book from the Alexandria Library. We have lots of books on gardening. Savez-vous planter les choux? Do you know what that means? In French, it means, can you plant a cabbage? And this is a French folk song. I'm going to sing it in French and English too. And we're going to plant the cabbages with different parts of our body. Silly but fun. Help me. Aidez-moi. Savez-vous planter les choux? À la mode, à la mode. Savez-vous planter les choux? À la mode de chez nous. Can you plant a cabbage, dear? Can you plant it? Can you plant it? Can you plant a cabbage, dear? Just the way we plant it here. Okay. On les plante avec les pieds. We can plant them with our feet. On les plante avec les pieds. À la mode, à la mode. On les plante avec les pieds. À la mode de chez nous. Your feet. We can plant them with our feet. We can plant them, we can plant them, we can plant them with our feet. Just the way we plant them here. On les plante avec les genoux. Those are your knees. You can tap your knees or you can bend your knees, whichever one you like. On les plante avec les genoux, à la mode, à la mode. On les plante avec le genou, à la mode de chez nous. We can plant them with our knees. We can plant them, we can plant them, we can plant them with our knees. Just the way we plant them here. Les coudes. Those are your elbows. Can you do it? You can do this, or you can do this, or you can do whatever you like. You can even do this. On les plante avec les coudes, à la mode, à la mode. On les plante avec les coudes, à la mode de chez nous. We can plant them with our elbows. We can plant them, we can plant them. We can plant them with our elbows, just the way we plant them here. Avec le nez. That's your nose. You can kind of bend your whole head, or you can tap your nose, or you can wiggle your nose, whatever works for you. On les plante avec le nez, à la mode, à la mode. On les plante avec le nez, à la mode de chez nous. Savez-vous planter les choux? Savez-vous, savez-vous, savez-vous planter les choux? À la mode de chez nous. You did that beautifully. Très bien. En français et en anglais. In both languages. It was beautiful. Good job. Here's a wonderful new book about gardening. It's a city garden. They don't have a lot of space, but look what they can grow. In a Garden. Written by Tim McCanna, illustrated by Amy Sakura. The illustrations here are beautiful, aren't they? Look at all those flowers. In a Garden. In a Garden, written by Tim McCanna, illustrated by Amy Sakura. In a garden, on a hill, sparrows chirp and crickets trill. In the earth a single seed sits beside a millipede. Worms and termites dig and toil, moving through the garden's soil. Yeah, there's a lot going on under there. And that bird up there, probably a robin, is looking to see if he can get something from under the ground. There's the worm. I don't know if the robin's going to get it. There's another worm. And that's the millipede. It's got lots and lots and lots of legs and a single seed. And there's other bugs too. If you look carefully in the picture, you might see some ants. And I think that's a little beetle. Then at last, a tiny shoot ever slowly forms a root. First a seedling, then a sprout, pushing, bursting, up and out. Yeah, look, that's what happened to that seed. It grew a little shoot, it pushed up out of the ground, and then the first leaves opened. In a garden, day by day, newborn flowers find their way. Lots of tulips We had tulips this spring. You might still have some near your house. Sunlight warms the morning air. Dewdrops shimmer here and there. Earwigs scuttle, beetles scurry, roly-polies scoot and worry. Sleepy slugs and garden snails leave behind their silver trails. Frantic teams of busy ants scramble up the stems of plants. Do you see all those bugs? That one over there, that's a snail, I think. It's got a shell. And those little bugs that you can see in different places, those are roly-polies. You may find them in your compost heap if you have one. There's a slug down at the bottom of the page. It looks like a snail, only it doesn't have a shell, but they both leave those silver trails in your garden, and they both like to eat your plants, I'm afraid. So do the mice. I don't think those ants do, though. See the ants over there? They're just picking up crumbs. In a garden, week by week, little creatures hunt and squeak. Who's in the garden? Oh, yeah, Mama Bird bringing a nice juicy worm for her babies. She's got a lot of babies there. And butterflies. And another bird over there. That's called a goldfinch. And a squirrel up in the tree. Lots of animals in this garden. All the while a sprout is growing, without anybody knowing. Buds emerge and leaves unfold, braving wind and heat and cold. Stretching, spreading, open wide, just the perfect place to hide. Underneath it's safe and snug for a lonely ladybug. This is a spring garden. If you look in the boxes, you'll see things like lettuce and Swiss chard. And the tops are carrots. You don't see the bottoms. They're under the ground. More lettuce. Those are things that you grow in the early spring when it's cold. The warmer things come later. In a garden, showers fall. Dainty drinks for one and all. Water for the plants and the birds and for that froggy down there. And water for the mushrooms. They get really fat after it rains. Though if you're a person, you might want to do what this family's doing. They've got their umbrellas and raincoats. What beautiful flowers! Flower petals, bold and bright, blossom in the beaming light. Blooms of every shape and size call to bees and butterflies. Daisy, foxglove, tulip, plum, daffodil, chrysanthemum. Oh, all those beautiful flowers there. Those are foxgloves. And those are daisies. And you know what tulips look like, don't you? Are there any left in there? Yeah, that's a tulip over at that end. And yellow daffodils. Chrysanthemums? Well, it rhymes nicely, but you're probably not going to see them until fall. Sips of nectar, warm and sweet. Pollen clings to heads and feet. Round and round they buzz and flit. Only pause to rest a bit. Lots of bees in the garden. And don't be scared of them. That's a good thing. Those bees are going to pollinate all of your plants. And back at their house, they'll make some honey. The butterflies help too, you know. But don't be afraid of bees. They won't hurt you if you don't bother them. In a garden, bugs aglow, flashing, flying to and fro. Fireflies. It's not quite warm enough yet for us to have fireflies, but we will have them soon, and you will see them in the early evening. Maybe you'll try catching one in a jar. Make sure you let it go afterwards. You want them to be out and about and free. Oh, there are so many kinds of bugs. Lacewings, gnats, mosquitoes, spiders, dragonflies, and water striders live among the cattail reeds, lily pads, and water weeds, keeping hid from hungry eyes, using colors to disguise. Crafty bugs with clever tricks look like leaves or barks or sticks. Down there, I see a dragonfly. But there are other bugs in this picture. You'll have to look very carefully to find them because a lot of them are very good at hiding and looking just like plants. And look who's up in the tree watching them all. In a garden full of green, Many moments go unseen. Like, those kids over there are so busy. Do they see who's eating their lettuce? The bunnies are eating their lettuce. Oh no. Oh, we'll let them have a little bit, but not too much. I think the weather's starting to cool off. That was summer, but now it's fall. Finding shelter in the shade, careful rows of eggs are laid. As a cool and gentle breeze whispers through the tops of trees. That's a moth, and that moth is laying eggs all over the leaf to hatch, probably in the spring. Then a seed slips to the ground, sinking in without a sound. Those are maple seeds. Watch for them when fall comes. They look like little helicopters spinning through the trees. And then time goes by, and then no more garden. It's winter time. Life returns to start again. Yeah, you've got to wait all winter for spring, but spring finally comes and you get to do some more gardening. That's fun, isn't it? Always changing, never still, in a garden, on a hill. We're finished with the book, but the garden goes on and on through the seasons. This is In a Garden, written by Tim McCanna, illustrated by Aimee Sakuro. You can find it right here at the Alexandria Library. It's going to be a lot of fun watching our plants grow this summer, isn't it, Allie? We hope that everyone will come visit us at the library and see our garden and come to all the wonderful programs we have. And most importantly, take home some books so they can have lots and lots and lots of books on their 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten reading list. Thank you so much for watching today. We love you. Bye.